right, Shalom Israel. Welcome to Wednesday night class. Let me just do a quick check on this YouTube to make sure it's running. If anybody could check for me and confirm that we are live. We're live? Okay, good. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Shalom, good to see everybody. It's first Wednesday class here, I know, since we've had opened up our new school. And it's good to be back teaching and having a place of our own where we don't have to rush out or get hit with accelerated rent rates. You know, so it feels good having a stable position in place. Let me cut this phone off. So tonight, the topic of the class, well, first of all, shout out Shalom to Houston and Stream of Wisdom Houston, Stream of Wisdom Norfolk, Virginia, Stream of Wisdom Rochester, New York. Mighty shout out to Kawakab in Guatemala and his congregation. And I hope everybody's families are doing well and everybody's congregation is growing. And that's what it's all about. It's about growth and development, which we're going to talk about that today. But in order for there to be growth and development, certain things have to happen. And certain mind frames we have to be in. So that's what we're going to discuss. The topic of the class tonight is don't let your fear interfere with the Most High's purpose for you. Because sometimes we let what we are unsure about and the unknown, we let that destroy the Most High's intention because we psych ourselves out of what the Most High's plan is for us. And so that's very important that we don't allow that to happen and that we stay fluid and flexible. Off topic, but not off topic, if you can give me one thing real quick. Jeremiah chapter 18, give me 1 through 5 real quick. Jeremiah chapter 18, 1 through 5. And then we're going to jump back to Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. All right, so shout out Shalom family. Shout out and Shalom to everybody online. Good to see you. Good to see your families. Hope you're doing well. And it's good to be back.
18 and 5?
Yes, sir.
Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 5. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you at this potter? Said the Lord.
So the Most High is in what he's expressing is the fact that the Lord is in total control over us, and he's using a metaphor. He's using a potter, and a potter is somebody that takes wet clay and water and mud, and they work it on a wheel, and they start to fashion and shape bowls, plates, vessels, cups, dishes, saucers, so on and so forth. Read on.
Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand.
He says, behold, as the clay is in the what?
Potter's hand.
Go ahead.
So are ye in my hand.
So each and every one of us that was created, yes, we have parents, but it wasn't our parents' design to be here. It was the Most High's intention and his purpose that we were born when we were born, at the time we were born, at the place we were born. Everything is by design. And the Most High is saying, I have this, shouldn't it be right, being that he is the creator, he is the Almighty Father, shouldn't it be right that he have that ability to dictate our lives and point us in the right direction or direction he wants us to go in? Read on.
O house of Israel.
Go ahead.
At what instance I shall speak concerning a nation.
Okay, so I only wanted to get that point, the fact that, to represent the fact that the Most High has control, and it's only fair that he has control. And we should give him that control, being that he is the creator and we are his creation. He should have that liberty to point us in whatever direction he wants us to go in. All right, now let's go to Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11.
God. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts I think toward you.
Now, when the Most High did create us, when he did fashion us, like a potter working some clay on a wheel, what was his purpose? He said, I know the thoughts. I know the what?
The thought I think toward you.
He said, I know the thoughts that I think toward you when I created you. What is the Most High's thoughts that he had when he put us in motion and had our parents come together and consummate and have us born in this earth? What was his thoughts?
Say the Lord.
Go ahead.
Thoughts of peace.
He said, thoughts of what?
Thoughts of peace.
What is the first thing the Most High wanted for you in your life?
Thoughts of peace.
The first thing the Most High wanted for us in our life was what?
Thoughts of peace.
Now, whether our life is at peace, that remains to be seen. That's all predicated upon our decision making, or how we look at things. But as far as the Most High's design, as far as his purpose, as far as his intention, the first thing the Most High wanted for us is what?
Thoughts of peace.
So if there's chaos in our life, that wasn't by the Most High's design. That was made by man or circumstances or situations. The Most High's first will and desire is thoughts of what?
Thoughts of peace.
Read on.
And not of evil.
It says, and not of what?
Not of evil.
Although we may say, man, my life stinks. My situation sucks. Or I'm in a bad predicament. Well, that's not how it was supposed to be. That wasn't the Most High's design. That just so happened to be the way things panned out to be. Either by ignorance, either by evil of other people, or bad decision making, whatever the case may be.
Or consequence
for breaking the Most High's commandments. But that wasn't the intention. That wasn't the purpose. That wasn't his intent. His intent, he makes it clear, I wanted peace for you. I want, and not evil. Read on.
To give you an expected end.
He says, when he says to give you an expected end, what he's saying is, I want you to have something to look forward to. I want you to have something positive to look forward to. So that's what it means to have an expected end. Because a lot of times we're just waiting to die. And this, we use the scripture, this too shall pass. Get old, die, move on. Just live my life until I'm dead. Whatever. We don't look at life as having a positive outcome. And the Most High really wanted us to have something to look forward to, even though we may not feel that way, even though we may assume that I have the worst case predicament, nothing's going to change, and how it is how it's always going to be. And we may say that. But that's not what the Most High is saying. So he had a particular direction and lifestyle that he wanted for us that unfortunately sometimes we're not living. So let that go. Now go ahead and get Galatians chapter 4, the water for that. Galatians chapter 4 and read verse 8.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 8. Howbeit then, when ye know not the Most High.
It says there's a time that when we lived in this life that we what?
Howbeit then, when ye knew not the Most High.
There's a time when we lived in this life, and who didn't we have knowledge of?
The Most High.
Who didn't we understand?
God.
Whose purpose and intention didn't we not live by?
The Most High.
So we made our own decisions. Or people made decisions for us. There was a time when we didn't have the knowledge that we possess now. Read.
When ye knew not God.
Go ahead. And what was the estate and quality of our lives when we didn't know the Lord? Read.
Ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods.
He says we served people that were not worthy. We were in relationships with people that weren't worthy of us. We were mistreated by people that wasn't worthy for us to have our service. It was a lot of ignorance in life when you don't know the Most High. You end up becoming a slave to the wrong individuals. You end up being attached to people and situations and positions and circumstances and jobs and careers and direction that the Most High did not want you to be with and did not want you to align yourself with. So we made decisions. We made decisions in life, but these decisions weren't prosperous decisions. Read on.
Verse 9. But now, after that ye have known God.
It says, but now, the good thing is, we're starting to develop. Some of us know the Most High now, and some of us are brand new. Some of us can relate to this and say, you know what, I look back on my life, and man, what a life I was living, trusting the wrong people. Putting myself in positions that I didn't need to be in. I don't know how the hell I got there, and I don't know how I came out of it. Or I might still be in it. But what does that come from? That comes from being absent to knowing what the Most High's will is. That comes from being absent from knowing what the Most High's intention and direction is.
Or being ignorant of Christ's method.
Right. Exactly. All of it is ignorance, didn't know God, didn't know what he wants, didn't know his will, didn't know his design, his plan, his purpose, his intention, none of it.
Or have a vague idea. 'Cause a lot of people have this vague concept of God, but it's not point for point the God of the Bible.
That's
an issue.
It is an issue. This is when go to Romans chapter 9 or chapter 10 and start at verse 1, just on that point. Because start at verse 2, get straight to the point.
Romans chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
A lot of us pray. We have somewhat of a consciousness of God. We have an idea that there's a God. Some of us do believe there's a God. Some of us didn't even believe. Some of us were atheists, didn't believe in God. We thought we were just part of what's Sigmund Freud's revelation, his Big Bang Theory. We were fish, tadpoles, single cell organisms, amoebas that developed into monkeys or salamanders to monkeys.
From fish.
And then
Amoebas
crawled. Then we had
yeah,
lungs.
yeah.
Then we are amphibians, and then we grew lungs, and now
Salamanders.
come on, man, it's all that foolishness.
Come on, bro.
So some of us believed that, but some of us knew that there was a God. There's a God. Read on.
Verse 3.
He said, but not according to what?
But not according to knowledge.
He said, but we didn't have the right knowledge. We didn't have the right teaching or the right understanding. So some of us had a premonition that there's a God, but we didn't serve the God the right way. We just served tradition,
That's the main one, though.
Based on what we were taught.
Grandma's tradition.
Yeah, parents' tradition.
Mama's tradition.
I do what they told me to do because that's what we do. That's what we believe in. I was a Baptist because I was in a Baptist church. I was born a Baptist.
Yeah,
I
was born a
but
Baptist.
you don't know the Most High sometimes until you develop a true relationship with Him on your own.
Yeah.
And start reading the Bible on your own and start getting instructions from people that have an understanding, not just following customs, not just following traditions. Read on.
Verse 3. For they, being ignorant of God's righteousness,
Go ahead.
and going about to establish their own righteousness.
And
What's that?
And so that means I'll figure it out on my own. I'll pray to God that He blesses my decisions, but I don't go to Him to check if my decisions are wise or not. But I will just pray that He lets me make it and lets me get by, and that He let not this mistake hurt me so bad. So it's not according to what?
Knowledge. Can I ask this question?
Mm-hmm.
Because knowledge and instruction go together, right?
Yep.
You get knowledge through instruction, and when you give instructions, you're giving what? Knowledge.
Yep.
So when a person is not serving God according to knowledge, mean they're not serving the Most High according to what? Instruction.
Right.
They're not being instructed.
Not being informed. Not fully informed. Not being instructed. You're missing something.
Yeah.
Read on.
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
So what I do is I have a premonition that there is a God, but I'll figure it out myself.
Yeah,
And I just pray that the Lord bless it. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna roll the dice and hope God bless it.
That's crazy.
I don't crap out in life. So we take the wrong approach to the Most High. So go back to Galatians chapter 4 and read verse 9. Finish at verse 9.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 9. But now, after that ye have known God, or rather, are known of God.
And when you know the Most High, what's more important is not only that you know the Most High, you have a relationship with Him, but that you also are conscious that He has a direction for you. Us knowing the Lord is us now being conscious that God had a plan for me. He had a purpose for me. That's one of the benefits of knowing and having a relationship with the Most High. Not that you know Him, but that you know His plans.
Yeah.
And you know His designs. We just read in Jeremiah that He said, man, I know the thoughts that I have for you. The thoughts that I have for you are peace and not evil. So He said, and to give you an expected end. I got this thing set up to have benefits at the end of it, at the end of the story. The story's going to end on a good note. But that's not how we live, though. But more importantly, when you know the Most High, you know that He knows you. And that He has a play for you. He has a plan for you. He has an idea, an intention for you. That's very important to know that. Read on.
How turn ye again?
And once you know that, and once you know the Most High's plan and intention for you, it'd be in your best interest. Once you get understanding, once you get knowledge, once you get the right information, Once you get the right teaching, it's important that you don't do what?
How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements?
Beggarly elements. Go ahead.
Whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage.
It says, now once you're cognizant and conscious that there's a Most High, there's a God, and He has a plan for me, and that the life I was living was not according to His plan, because He's the clay maker. He's the one in control of the clay. He's the potter. Why go back to doing the things that I was doing when I didn't know the Most High?
Exactly.
Why go back and trusting the people that I was trusting before that put me in the wrong position, that set me on the wrong path? Why go backwards now? It's not beneficial to go backwards to serving things that were ignorant of what the Most High's design was. So it's critical that when the Most High has His hand upon us, we know fully what His desire is and what His will is. And from there, let's read Hebrews chapter 10, verse 19.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 19. Having therefore, brethren, boldness.
He says, and when you know the Most High, and you know His plan, and you're not living a life of ignorance, and you're not making things up as you go, he says, what do you have in return when you start developing and reading the Bible for yourself?
Boldness.
And you start developing a relationship with the Most High. What do you have?
Boldness.
He says, you get what?
Bold.
Boldness is a reward. Not arrogance. Not arrogance, not pride. Well, knowledge do puff it up. But you get boldness. Boldness is a strong form of confidence. You become confident when you know the Most High. It's a level of confidence that you didn't possess before. A lot of times we were confident in the wrong things. We knew street knowledge. We had street knowledge and school education and worldly knowledge. But to be confident in the scriptures, to be confident in the Lord's will, is a boldness that you get that you never possessed before. That we would have never got out of being ignorant or detached from the Most High. Read on.
Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest by the blood of Yahweh.
So Christ's sacrifice gives us a new opportunity to gain a relationship with the Father, but one that's built on confidence, that's built on trust, that's built on assurance, where I don't feel like I don't know what the hell's going on in my life. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with my relationship. I don't know what's wrong with the situation I'm in. I can't call it, because that's what we say. What's wrong, man? I don't know. I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy with myself. I'm just not happy with my situation. I'm just not happy with my life. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong. That is not boldness. That's confusion.
Yeah.
That's not boldness. That's doubt. So when we get the right plan from the Lord and know His will, He says we start to develop a boldness and a reassurance that wasn't there. That thanks be to Christ for His sacrifices and not quitting on us and giving up on us, that gives us this opportunity to reconnect back to the Most High. All right? So He said we get this boldness, right? Now, how do you obtain the boldness is what I want to talk about just for a minute. And for that, I want to go to Psalms chapter 24. And let's start at verse 3.
Psalm chapter 24, verse 3.
Because some of us are fully convinced and fully persuaded that the Most High is in control and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently please Him and that He will take care of me. Some of us kind of know that, but some of us don't. Some of us are still trying to figure this out. Is God real? Does God love me? Does He care about me? If He does care, why did these things happen to me? We still have questions. We still got doubt. We don't have boldness. We got fear. Read.
Psalm chapter 24, verse 3. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord?
It says, who is the Most High going to make a relationship with? Read on.
Or who shall stand in His holy place?
And who will the Most High allow to be in His vicinity? Read on.
He that hath clean hands.
He says, so there's a benefit to having clean hands. When you have clean hands, the Most High starts to pull you closer to Him. He starts to bring you closer to Him the cleaner your hands are. So when we start to make some changes and clean our hands up, the Most High starts to want to pull us near Him. He wants to. He starts to bring us in close in His bosom. Read.
He that hath clean hands and a pure heart.
It says it's two things the Most High expects from us, where we can have an ultimate bond with the Father, where we're bonded and locked in with the Most High. It's two things that He says that it takes to create this tight one-on-one bond with the Father. He says, for one, it takes clean hands, and the other one is what?
And a pure heart.
And a pure heart. So we'll deal with the pure heart in just a minute, but let's focus on the clean hands. What does that mean? Let's go to Job chapter 17, verse 9. Because if there's two dynamics and expectations that the Most High has given us, that's classifying what it takes to have this bond with Him. He says you got to have clean hands and a pure heart, and the Most High will bring you in amongst His habitation. So we're going to break that down a little bit. Go to Job chapter 17, verse 9.
Job chapter 17, verse 9. The righteous also shall hold on his way.
It says, so that means I got to stick to doing things the right way. That's the first aspect of what it means to have clean hands. I got to find a way of doing things in life and living life, making decisions that is correct. And then I have to stick to it. I got to find what the Most High is pleased with and stick to it. Can't deviate. I got to be obedient to the process. Read on.
And he that hath clean hands.
And the person that can hold on to doing things the right way for a long period of time, being consistent and doing things the right way, not deviating, being diligent in doing things the right way. What happens over time? As long as I keep doing things the right way, what happens over time naturally? Read.
And he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger.
What happens when you start doing things the right way for a long period of time?
Shall be stronger and stronger.
This boldness that we're talking about comes from doing things the Most High's way and knowing that it's right, even though it may sometimes be uncomfortable. The Most High will start creating a boldness and a confidence in you. An inward confidence, not a pride, but an inward confidence where you can, we'll get to that point, where you can overcome whatever comes your way. Whatever comes your way, the Most High will allow you to overcome it through strength. That's where the boldness comes from. It's from making sure that you clean up the way you operate, the decisions you make, how you function with people, how you deal with people, the thoughts that you have. But read on.
The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger.
Okay, now give me Psalms chapter 18, verse 20. Give me Psalms chapter 18, verse 20.
Psalms chapter 18, verse 20. The Most High rewarded me.
He says, if I can do things the right way for a long period of time and be consistent, there's strength as a benefit. There's a reward that comes from it. He says, the Most High rewarded me. That word reward means to give in return. That's what that word reward means. That's what a reward is. You do something good, and the Most High says, here, in return for your good deeds, in return for your good actions, in return of your good behavior, I'm going to give you this. So the Most High is a rewarder, but the reward goes both ways. He rewards both good behavior, and He rewards both bad behavior. He rewards both good thoughts, and He rewards both evil thoughts. The Most High rewards both aspects, both dynamics. So He said He rewards what? The Most High does what?
The Most High rewarded me according to my righteousness.
Now, how does the Most High reward us to where we become stronger and stronger?
According to my righteousness.
The recipe is, can you do things the right way for a long period of time? Can you stay fixated on doing things the right way over time, for a long period of time, for an elongated duration? Can I make sure that my behavior is right for a long time? Can I make sure I don't give myself to my lust for a long period of time? Can I make sure I don't give myself to my feelings and emotions for a long period of time? Can I stay on top of my character, my outlook, my treatment to people? Can I control and restrain myself for a long period of time? The longer you can do that, the stronger you become. And the Most High starts giving things to show you as a reward you're on the right path. Here, I'm gonna give you this. This is a token of your good behavior, like you do kids. Like you do children. You've been doing right. I'm gonna take you out this weekend. We'll go to a movie. We're gonna go. What movie you want to watch? We're gonna go watch Ratatouille. Whatever. We're gonna watch a movie this weekend. The new one. Whatever. But that's what you do to children. That's what you do. That's what the Most High does to us. You've been on point for a long period of time. I know what would help you out. I know what you need. I know what you've been asking for. I know what you've been praying for. I'm gonna go ahead and bless you based upon the fact that you've been on point for a long period of time. When we say on point, we just mean you've been doing things according to the Most High's will.
Can I pull one scripture?
Time.
The contrast? Isaiah 3 and 11. Isaiah 3, chapter 3, verse 11. The same point I want to go into. You get rewarded for positive thoughts, positive action, and correct application of these biblical recipes or instructions.
Got it.
And on the contrast, too.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 11. Woe to the wicked.
The word woe means destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So destruction is to who?
To the wicked.
The word wicked means injurious or negative. Negative people and people that injure people around them unjustifiably. Read.
It shall be ill with him.
Ill means sickness. You're going to continue to have sickness in everything you touch. Either the bonds you want, the job you want, the home you want, the situation you want, or the object you want. There'll always be some type of dis-ease or disease involved in your pursuits. That's the reward the Most High gives a spirit that is negative, injurious, broken, or contrary. Read.
All right. It says, for the reward.
For the what?
For the reward.
Read on.
Of his hands.
Your hands is your work. You get a reward. The righteous man gets a reward.
So does the who.
And the wicked man gets a reward.
Everybody gets one.
The contrary.
You get a rollie. You get a rollie. You get a rollie.
You get something nice. You get something. You get what you earn.
Yeah.
You earn this with your thoughts and your actions. This is what you get. Well, this is the blessing of the wicked. Read.
For the reward of his hands shall be given him.
The reward of his hands or his actions shall what?
Given him.
You're gonna get. The Most High gonna make sure you get what you deserve. If you operate in a contrary spirit or a spirit that operates without biblical knowledge.
I'm gonna just put that up.
One more point.
We're gonna keep going. It's 2 pages. So
Okay, we saw that.
Yeah, I'm trying to rush it because we started late. Shalaki.
Gotcha.
So back to 18 and 20.
Yeah.
Psalm chapter 18, verse 20. Mm-hmm. The Most High rewarded me according to my righteousness.
So just like Dawiah brought out, rewards go both ways.
Yeah.
It goes, you get rewarded for good, you get rewarded for evil. But the Most High will bless you according to which one you choose.
Yep.
Which one you give yourself to. Read on.
According to the cleanness.
It says, but also, he'll reward you based upon the what?
According to the cleanness of my hands.
It says, and if you can make sure that you keep your hands clean, if you can keep your actions clean, your doings clean, the Most High will reward you based upon that as well. So it's never in vain to do the right thing for a long period of time. Even though it may be uncomfortable, even though you may not feel like, man, when is it ever going to change? I don't ever see something coming back my way. What's the benefit of doing what I'm doing? I don't see the benefits of what I'm doing and why I'm working so hard or exhausting myself with people in this capacity. I don't see the benefit. Well, the Most High is saying there is benefits. And if you can keep the right state of mind, if you can keep the right behavior over time, the Most High said, I'll keep blessing you according to that level. Read on.
According to the cleanness of my hands, hath he recompensed me.
He says, hath he what?
hath he recompensed me.
He says, hath he recompensed me. So the Most High pays a person based upon the cleanness of your hands. And remember, cleanness of hands equals strength, equals confidence, equals boldness. Read on.
Verse 21. For I have kept the ways of the Lord.
And how do you know that you're doing things the right way? Because you're keeping the what?
I have kept the ways of the Lord.
And if you want to maximize the benefits, if you want to maximize the rewards, if you want to maximize what the Most High has in return for you,
The options the Most High is giving
the
you.
options that He's given, you want to maximize it and get the best out of what the Most High has to give you. He says you do what?
For I have kept the ways of the Lord.
You have to find out what it means to do the Most High's will. And if you can find out what it means in this life to do the will of the Lord and stick to it, there's a side of you that gets purged, that gets manifested, that you didn't even know was in you. There's a confidence waiting. There's a boldness waiting. There's an understanding waiting that we never possessed before. There's a level of, I know I'm doing right, and I'm going to stick to doing right. I don't care what this world is doing.
True spiritual empowerment.
I don't care who's doing what.
Come.
I'm staying on this path.
Come.
I don't care if the whole world turns LGBTQ, whatever. I'm sticking on this path. I don't care if the whole world smoke dope. I'm sticking on this path. I don't care what anybody in the world is doing. I'm sticking on this path because I know the benefits of it. Read on.
For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God.
It says, and the reason I'm confident, and the reason I know that the Most High is with me, because I'm doing things exactly how He wanted and the way He wanted, according to His will and His desire. I know His intention. So when we can, in this life, convert our mind from the ignorance that we possessed prior to knowing the Most High, and then start following a path of the Most High's will, the Most High says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep showing you and keep blessing you and keep rewarding you for the good that you're doing. There's virtues that are coming your way that you didn't possess before, that you didn't have before, that you can have now. Read on.
Verse 22. For all his judgments were before me.
He says, what the truth of it is, we got choices.
Yeah.
When it says all the Most High's judgments are before me, that means that when you start developing a relationship with the Most High, you start to realize that you got a choice. You got choices to make. Okay, once I know the Most High's will, and that happens over time when you read more, the more you read, the more you understand His way, then you have decisions to make. Okay, I just read that the Most High says, for example, the Most High says, if a man loses ox, even if your enemy loses his ox, He said, the scripture says that thou shalt surely return it unto him. So there's no such thing as finders keepers, losers weepers. That means somebody dropped their wallet and they got their ID in it. What does that mean? My lucky day? Does that mean lucky me, unlucky him? Does that mean the Most High heard my prayer? But I'm looking at this man's ID. I'm looking at this man's address. I'm looking at this man's credit cards. But I still say, lucky me.
Lucky me.
Lucky me. I won. I came up. It's not mine. When the more you know, the more laws you know, the more you know you have to abide by them. The more you're accountable. So the more decisions you got to make. Before you knew the Most High, I remember somebody dropped a $50 bill in Walmart. I put my foot, that's before I knew the Most High. I put my foot on it, and I kept shopping. And when they left the aisle, I slid it right to me, and I picked it up, put it in my pocket, and walked off. Said, "Man, thank you." I didn't know the Most High at that time, but there's no such thing as that when you know the law and you know what's right. Now you're responsible for doing what's right. Now you're accountable for doing what's right. So he said, read it again.
Verse 22. For all his judgments were before me.
So now I know that, you know what, I have a choice. When somebody asks me a question I don't want to answer, I could either lie, I could tell the truth. I have a choice now. Do I lie? Save face? Not go down this rabbit hole of hearing what the hell is wrong with me? Or do I tell the truth? Now the Most High's judgment is before me. What do I do now when I know the law? When I know his intention, I know his righteousness. I know his judgments. I know his will. Read on.
And I did not put away his statutes.
It says, but what he said, what makes a person great is when you know the Most High's laws, when you know his judgments, and you choose to do right. Because the more you read, the more you understand. And the more you understand, the more choices you have now to either be obedient to what the Most High's will is, or to still do you. The choice begins at this point. It's one thing when you don't know righteousness. You have an inclination of righteousness, but you don't know. That's why the Most High said he winks at ignorance. It's one thing when you don't know no better. But the more you understand, the question is, are you going to choose to hold on to what you know is right, or are you going to choose to do you? Read that again.
Verse 22. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away.
And he said, and I didn't do what?
I did not put away his statutes.
I didn't throw his righteousness over my shoulder and do what I wanted to do. I said, you know what? I'm going to still be obedient to doing what the Most High wants from me. That's what it means to have clean hands. I make the right choices based upon the knowledge that's presented in front of me. And those choices are based upon the Most High's judgments, the Most High's laws. I'm going to do right, not because I want to do right. I may want to do wickedness, but I'm going to choose to do right. When the blunt gets passed around the room, I got a choice to make.
True.
Nah, man, that ain't me. That ain't me. Nah, man, y'all shouldn't do that either. Y'all shouldn't do that. No, it's not me. It's not what I want, man. No, thank you.
I'm past that.
Yeah. Or do I say, you know what? One more hit.
One last
hit. No, man. No, you got choices, man. Read on.
Verse 23. I was also upright before him.
It says, and that's because I make the right decisions, and I choose not to throw away his judgments and his laws. He says that's what makes me upright in front of him. That's what makes me upright. That's what makes me positive. To know that I'm doing things the right way. I'm persuaded that nothing's going to change my relationship with the Father. Read on.
And I kept myself from mine iniquity.
And he says, and I kept myself from my what?
From mine iniquity.
So what clean hands is making the right decision and keeping yourself from your pleasure. Because every one of us gets presented with that on a daily basis. You can do you every day, or you can do the Lord's will every day. What is your decision? You can do what makes you feel good, or you can do what's right. What is your decision? That's what it means to have clean hands. It's the decisions that's presented in front of you, choosing to make the right ones, and denying yourself of your personal pleasures, temporary pleasures, feel-good pleasures, or opportunities that only you may know come your way, or that you only know that you can get away with, but I choose not to do it anyway. That's what it means to have clean hands. Read.
Verse 24. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me.
And if you can do that, and still choose righteousness, and abstain yourself from your pleasure, and make the right decisions when they're in front of you, he says, therefore what?
Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me.
Then the Most High will, for sure, because he saw you were at a vulnerable point. He saw you could have lied. He saw you could have stolen. He saw you could have made the wrong decision, but you chose not to. You chose to be honest. You chose to do what's right. You chose not to give yourself to what you wanted to do, or what you thought you can get away with. And in return, the Most High say, you know what? I got something for you. Here's a blessing. You made the right decision. Here's a reward because you made the right choice. Here's a benefit that I'm going to throw at you, a bonus I'm going to throw at you, because you didn't give yourself to what you wanted to do. You didn't go after your flesh. You didn't go after your pleasure. Read on.
Therefore hath the Lord
sometimes that could be as simple as, I got a Bible right here, or I got the TV remote. Which one do I do? Yeah, man, the Spurs is playing this. 10 minutes, man. Wembanyama's on a tear right now. Wembanyama is looking, he's the GOAT right now. Wembanyama's like Defensive Player of the Year right now. Man, they're going against Oklahoma. Man, they're going up against so-and-so.
Yeah, I see that.
Man, I got some playoffs right now, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Let me check my phone. Let me check. You know, it's a choice. The Most High knows the things that pull us, and everybody's flesh or pulls isn't the Spurs. I'm just saying that because we're in San Antonio. It could be entertainment. It could be Instagram. It could be YouTube. It could be whatever. It could be anything that you pass the time with that you could have been passing the time with studying. It's the alternatives that present itself in front of us on a daily basis. And the Most High is watching to see what choice are you going to make. You got a choice. The remote is there. The phone is there. The TV is there. Entertainment is there. Or the Bible's right there on the dresser. Or it's right on the counter. Or it's right in your bag or your purse. It's right on your dashboard. What are you going to do with this little free time? What are you going to do with this extra time? Read.
Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness.
But every time I make the right decision, every time I choose Him, the Most High said, I see what you're dealing with. I'm going to go ahead and bless you. I'm going to go ahead and take care of you right here. You made the right choice. Read on.
According to the cleanness of my hands.
And that clean hands is me abstaining from what I want to do and me following being obedient to the Most High's statutes and commandments. Making the right decisions in front of me. Read on.
According to the cleanness of my hands, in His eyesight.
And whose eyesight?
In His eyesight.
In the Most High's eyesight. Not according to what I think is right. A little free time ain't going to hurt. That's what we tell ourselves. A little extra sleep ain't going to hurt. A little 30 more minute nap ain't going to hurt. A little TV ain't going to hurt. A little drink here and there ain't going to hurt. We have our own scale that we can either live by or utilize the Most High scale that He would want us to live by. Because we'll tell ourselves what ain't going to hurt. There's a little free time. You know, can't work myself to death. Got to enjoy myself sometimes. You know,
Life is short.
Life is too short. I got to enjoy myself a little bit.
It's too short.
Okay. Well, the Most High is there waiting to determine what kind of blessing you're going to get based on the decision. That's why it says it's based upon His eyesight. Read on.
Verse 25. With the merciful, thou wilt show thyself merciful.
And if you know what, if I could have popped off on somebody because somebody pissed me off, and somebody really got under my skin, I got a choice to make. I can fly off the handle. I can go back and forth. I can cuss you out till you get out my face. I can throw hands on you. I want to choke the hell out of you. Whatever. You got a choice to make. But if I come back and say, you know what, I'm going to let it slide, man. Go ahead and you got a freebie. I'm going to give you a pass. Go ahead and you just do you. You do what floats your boat. I'm not going to return evil for evil. I'm going to let you be you. The Most High said to the merciful, He does what?
Thou wilt show thyself merciful.
The Most High will reveal Himself what?
Merciful.
The Most High will match your energy. The Most High will match a person's energy. Whatever mind state that you're in, He'll reward you based upon that mind state. Whatever agitation you possess, the Most High will reward you based upon that agitation. The Most High will give you what you give. You get what you give. So if you choose to be merciful in a situation where you don't want to be merciful, then there comes a time when you need mercy, and the Most High don't want to give you mercy, but He'll check your mercy credentials, and He'll see, okay,
You're approved.
this person was merciful.
Yeah.
I'll give them some credit. They need this job. They really need this job. They need this bonus. They need this opportunity.
This door didn't open.
This door need to open up for them. I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? When they chose to be merciful instead of angry and detached or full of malice and wrath, I'm gonna go ahead and open this door because they opened up another door for forgiveness. So I'm gonna open up a door for them. No problem. Or when they run, your credit get ran at the spot, you know, because income tax time is right around the corner. That's when everybody try to re-up their cars and stuff. You're in front of the loan officer, the car lot manager, and he's running the scores. He's like, ain't nothing we can do here. We can't do nothing with this. We can't do nothing with these numbers, man. We can't do nothing with this. You got a co-signer? You got anybody in your family that can sign for you? Say looking good. We can't really do nothing with this. You got down payment? You got big down payment? What you got? We need some help. We need some help making this deal go through.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever the case may be. But you know what the most I look at? The most I look at, how merciful were you? Because you need to get out that car. So you got engine problems, smoking, the oil is leaking. And it costs too much. And you can't afford it. You need to re-up. And the most I was like, okay, let me see, let me put a spirit on this damn salesman to go call his manager up here and see what he can do. They said, man, can you at least come up with $200 by next week? We're going to take a partial payment. Give me $200 now and give me another $200 next week, and I'll let you drive off with the keys. You like, man, thank the Lord. The Most High knew I needed this because I got a new job across town and I can't catch the bus. And it starts too early or I get on too late. I needed this. No, the Most High look at, okay, well, let me see how you operate. Let me see how you behave. And I'll determine when the time that you need something that I'm going to open the door for you. But if you were cutthroat and cold to people, and you were unmerciful, you didn't have any kindness, you had no patience with people, Most High, I'm not dealing with you. You stay in that same bucket, that same broke down, whatever it is, or that same situation where you're depending on help. You stay in them shoes a little bit longer. You stay in that house. You stay in that situation. You stay on that job where people mistreating you. You stay in that situation because I've been watching how you deal with people.
Yeah.
So the Most High said he does what?
With the merciful, thou would show thyself mercy.
So the Most High is all he's doing is matches our energy. Whatever we throw out there to people around us, you get the same thing in return. You cannot outdo the Most High. You can't beat the Most High. You can't hustle the Most High. You can't manipulate the Most High. You can't swindle the Most High. You get what you give. When you're cold to people, you get cold in return from the Lord. You get callousness in return. No problem. Read on.
With an upright man.
He says, but the Most High said, with an upright man. Read on.
Thou would show thyself upright.
He said, but when you choose to make the right decisions, deal with people the right way, abstain from your personal flesh and pleasure, you choose to abide by my laws, statutes, and commandments, he said, I'll deal with you in an upright manner. Most High is very fair. He's very fair. He's the most fair power that there ever exists in the universe. The Most High is very fair to us. Read on.
Verse 26. With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure.
And he says, with the pure, he says, he will show himself pure. Remember what the two classifications was that we spoke about, that what it takes to become strong and to become bold and to become confident. Those two things was to have clean hands and have a pure heart. We just read that a minute ago. We read that, read that, matter of fact, one more time. It's in Psalms. We read it in Psalms chapter 24, verse 3.
Psalm chapter 24, verse 3.
And we're going to come right here back to Psalms 18 and read that verse 26.
Psalms 24, verse 3. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in his holy place?
Who did the Most High want in his presence, his vicinity? Read on.
He that hath clean hands.
The one that has clean hands. And we talked about what it takes to get clean hands. Making the right decision. Choosing him over yourself and your pleasure. Read on.
And a pure heart.
And you got to have a what?
A pure heart.
You got to have a pure mind. You got to deal with the people around you the right way. And you got to think the right way. These are two things that we have to keep in check in order for the Most High to look at us and treat us the right way. You gotta monitor your thinking. You gotta monitor your outlook. You gotta monitor the thoughts that you let in your mind. That's your responsibility. You gotta control the imaginations, the ideas, the things that you conjure up. You have to put that under subjection. That has to be monitored from this point, from what goes on between your eyes. Read on. Stop right there. Go back now to Psalms 18 and read that verse 26.
Psalm chapter 18, verse 26. With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure.
And he says, with the what?
With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure.
When he says pure, what does he mean? He says to the pure, he said he's going to show himself pure. So if I can keep this clean, a lot of us struggle with thinking positive. If I can keep this clean, the Most High will keep his thoughts clean towards me. He'll keep his ideas clean towards me. The Most High is the ultimate rewarder. He says to the pure, he says thou will what?
Thou wilt show thyself pure.
What does this mean? We got to go to, let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse, before we go there, man, let's go to Hebrews first. Let's go to Hebrews. We'll go to Hebrews first. Go to Hebrews chapter 10, verse 19.
Got it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Hebrews 10 and 19. Having therefore, brethren, boldness.
He said, well, what were we talking about earlier? We're supposed to be having boldness. We're supposed to be confident. We're supposed to be having virtues that are given to us, and that we're supposed to be operating without fear. This is verse 20, verse 19, right? Verse 19. Read that.
19 again. Having therefore, brethren, boldness.
It says you get boldness. Read on.
To enter into the holiest, by the blood of Yahushua.
Read on.
By a new and living way.
He says by operating in a new and living way. I got to change something about me. I got to change something about the way I operate, the way I live. Read.
Which he had consecrated for us.
Go ahead.
Through the veil. That is to say, his flesh.
He put his flesh to death so that we can have another opportunity to live in a newness of life. Not with the old man. Put the old man and his pleasures away and his lust away. Read on.
21. And having an high priest over the house of the Most High.
Read on.
Let us draw near.
It says, let us get close to the Most High. We're supposed to be getting close to the Most High. Read on.
Let us draw near with a true heart.
It says with a true heart, an honest heart. Read.
In full assurance.
It says in full assurance, which means confidence. Read.
In full assurance of faith.
In belief. Read on. How do you get full confidence in faith? How do you become fully persuaded that the Most High will take care of you if you do right? How do you become bold in the Most High in Christ? Read.
Having our hearts sprinkled.
Stop. You got to have your what?
Our hearts sprinkled.
You got to have your mind sprinkled. What does that mean to have your mind sprinkled? That means you have to have your mind washed. That's what it means to have your mind, have your heart sprinkled. You got to wash your mind. The Bible is the greatest washing machine psychologically that you ever find.
Yeah.
It's the greatest source to wash thoughts. You can wash your body anytime you want. But can you wash your mind? What instrument is in this world that washes thoughts? Everything in the world is made to wash cars, a car wash, a wash interior, the bathroom, the bathtub. Everything is made to wash the external. What did the Most High create to wash the internal? His Word. And that's what it means when if you want to get close to the Most High in confidence and reassurance and strengthen your faith and be bold, you got to accept the fact that the way I think is not good enough. The way I look at everybody and look at life is not good enough. There's some cleaning that needs to be done in order to have full confidence and reassurance. I got to start the process of cleaning my mind. We don't even recognize the fact that we need our minds cleaned. Because we've been so familiar and so attached to our minds and our way of thinking for so long that we're comfortable with the way we think. We're very comfortable with the ideas that we come up with. We're very comfortable with the treatment and how we deal with people. We're comfortable with the way we talk to people. I've been talking to people this way all my life. I don't see what's wrong with it. You push my buttons, you're going to poke the bear. I'm going to lash out on you. That's just who I am. Is it who you are? Or you haven't cleaned your mind yet? Is that just how you respond? Is it somebody make you be this way? Or you just are comfortable lashing out this way? So this is something that we all have to recognize, that boldness and confidence first has to come through a washing of the thoughts. Now let's get Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26, and then we're going to keep reading that, Ahmad. Somebody else read that. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26.
Come. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26 reads, ready?
Yep.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Are we talking about water?
By the word.
Or is the water the metaphor for the what?
Word.
Is water only symbolic for what?
The word.
The word. So when we're talking about mind washing, psychological mind washing, mind cleansing, washing the thoughts, he's only using sprinkling of water as a metaphor to show that how important the word is to clean the ideas and the imagination. If we don't use the word, there's nothing else that's going to clean the way we think. That's what it's made for. Hold this right quick and go to Malachi chapter 3, verse 2.
Come. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 2. But who may abide the day of his coming?
Who's going to be around who's going to survive the wrath of the Most High when Christ returns? Read on.
And who shall stand when he appears?
And who's going to stand when Christ appears? Read.
For he is like a refiner's fire.
Those that have been refined by what?
Fire.
By fire. Fire is an element of purification, sterilization, and sanitation. You ever see people burn a needle before they pick out a thorn or a splinter, a wound? Why do you burn the needle?
Disinfect.
That's how you disinfect. That's how you get the germs off. You burn it so that you can purify it. You boil water with fire before you drink it. That's how you kill the bacteria in it.
God.
So fire is a purification element. It's a sterilization element. It's a sanitation element. He says, refined by fire. What else?
It says, and who shall stand when he appears?
Read on.
For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap.
And what is soap? Fuller's soap is soap that has lye in it. Lye is acidic. And in a lot of this soap that we use today, the soap that people use that they buy in Walmart and the stores, that's not real soap. Real soap, by definition, is not a body wash. All that Bath and Body Works, all that Victoria's Secret body wash, body sprayers, body spritzers, that's not soap. Real soap, in order for soap to be commercial, that's why they can't even say it's soap. They have to say it's body wash. Because legally, it's not soap. Legally, the definition of soap, it has lye in it.
God.
Lye is acidic. Lye chemically burns bacteria. Real soap is made with ash and converted into lye. Or potash is what they say. So that's what real soap is. The stuff we use today, you're using dishwashing detergent, you're bathing with laundry soap.
Yeah.
You're not using actual soap. Real soap has lye. It's acidic. So the word of the Lord has variations of names, but all these names are sanitation elements. All these are cleansing elements. Fire is a cleansing element. Soap is a cleansing element. Water is a cleansing element. All these things are for purging, for cleaning. He says his word is like a refiner's fire and what?
And like fuller's soap.
And like fuller's soap. All these have a purpose. No matter if it's fire, soap, or water, they all have a purpose. They're to clean. Now go back to Ahmad and read that in Hebrews chapter 10.
I was reading.
Oh, you was reading Hebrews. Was you reading?
No, I was
No,
reading.
he was reading that. Ahmad was reading that. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 19.
Yes,
No,
sir.
where'd you leave off at?
We left off in, we were in 22.
Yes.
You want me to start back up?
No, I want you to read
We didn't
22. No, yeah, finish 22. Go back to 22.
Come on, Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith,
Go ahead.
having our hearts sprinkled
With what?
from an evil conscience.
So, what's the purpose of the refiner's fire? What's the purpose of the fuller's soap? What's the purpose of the water that he says that we would cleanse ourselves by the washing of water by the what?
By the word.
And they're all for what purpose?
Disinfect.
Cleanse what?
The mind.
The conscience.
The conscience.
There's only one element ever created to clean up a person's mind.
The conscience. Right.
And you can call it the refiner's fire, you can call it fuller's soap, or you can call it water. Biblically, they're all the word of God. If you don't study, if you don't read the Bible, you have an unwashed, unclean, unsanitary, undisinfected mind. You have an infected mind. It's contaminated. There's only one element ever created to clean the psychology, to clean the thoughts. That's the Most High's word. That's how you know it's critical.
And if it's unclean, it becomes sick.
It's sick and contaminated. It can't produce. It can't yield anything good. He says you have to use the word in order to do what?
Cleanse
To cleanse what?
the mind.
Read that part. He says sprinkle
evil conscience, right?
from an evil what?
Conscience.
People have a conscience. That's why you if you look at some of the things that people have done to you, you ask yourself, man, does this person even have a conscience? How they treat me? Yes, they do. They do have a conscience. It's unclean. Does this person even feel bad? Do they even have any regard or conscience to the way they talk to me? Are they aware of what they say and the effect that it has on me? They have a conscience. The problem is, the conscience is what? It's contaminated. That's why sometimes you'll wonder how in hell can somebody treat you and talk to you a certain way and think it's okay. They have a conscience. It's not clean though. They have thoughts. That's why it's like, damn, why am I so surprised? Why should I be so shocked when people dispense evil to me? Would it be a shock if you smell somebody and they stink? Obviously, that's a sign that they haven't what? They haven't bathed. Is it a surprise to you that odor and body odor comes from being unsanitary? Should it be a surprise? If this person ain't bathed in a month or in a week, should it be surprised? I should be surprised, like, damn, why does this person smell like this? Because this person hasn't bathed. It makes sense. Then shouldn't it be easy to see, just as easy, if a person's talking to you crazy, if a person's treating you crazy, if a person's out of line, if a person's disrespectful, if a person is maligning you, degrading you, full of reproach and slander, obviously something's not happening. If somebody lying to you, cheating on you, whatever that they're doing, stealing from you, obviously what hasn't happened? There's no cleansing. That's why it should be easy to see. And I can understand it. I see it now. I understand it now. I understand why this person is talking to me crazy. This person ain't studying. I understand why this person lying. This person ain't studying. This person hasn't washed it. They have an unwashed conscience. There should be no surprise. We be shocked. I thought you loved me. I thought you told me you loved me. You just bought me a ring. I mean, we just moved in together. Well, no matter what you do, you're still dealing with a what? An unwashed conscience. And you know what that does? It alters the behavior. And it changes the character of people. That's why it's so important that we use this word correctly for what it's for. It's to clean the psychology. It's to clean the imagination and the thoughts. Read on.
And our bodies washed with pure water.
And our bodies got to be washed with what?
Pure water.
Pure water. That pure water is still the word. Because as a man thinketh, what? So is he. It becomes me. If I don't use the right elements I'll never really be clean. Psychologically. Even physically. Read on.
23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith.
And that's why consistency is so important. That's why doing the right thing over a long period of time is so important. Because it not only do you have a clean mind, but you develop confidence this way. Read on.
Without wavering.
Without what?
Without wavering.
Wavering is doubt. That's what doubt is. If I don't clean my mind, I'll be full of what?
Wavering.
I'll be full of doubt. You don't wash your mind, you're gonna be unsure about a lot of things. There's gonna be a lot of uncertainties in life. You're not sure if you should be here. You're not sure if you're in the right situation. You're not sure if you're in the right home. You're not sure if you're in the right relationship. You're not sure about your job. You're not sure about nothing. There's a lot of uncertainty that comes from behind not having a clean mind. That's when that uncertainty starts, that confusion sets in. You ever talk to people that can't think? So they're confused, scattered all over the place. They can't think because their mind's not clean. It's not clear. They're not sure about anything. I don't know. Should I stay? Should I go? I don't know. Read on.
For he is faithful that promised.
But we have to understand that if we clean our minds up and do our part, the Most High will do his part. He'll reward us according to that cleanness of heart and that cleanness of hands. The Most High will do his part. Read on.
24. And let us consider one another.
It says, let us what?
Let us consider one another.
If I don't clean my mind, what won't I do for people?
Consider.
I won't consider them. I won't consider how you feel. I won't consider what you're going through. I won't consider that what I just say hurt your feelings. I won't consider. Why won't I consider?
Your heart.
My heart's what? It's dirty.
Contaminated.
It's contaminated. It's not hard to understand. It's not hard to understand. Why is this person so inconsiderate of me? Why is this person so inconsiderate of my feelings? Of what hurts me? Well, their mind's not clean. They're functioning on a dirty mind. What can you expect? They're not using the Bible the right way. They're not using it to wash their own psychology, to wash their own thoughts. Of course, they're going to be inconsiderate. Of course. Of course, they're going to malign you, degrade you. Read on.
Let us consider one another to provoke unto love.
And if I'm operating in an unclean mind, I'm going to provoke people for what?
Unto love.
Unto love or to what?
And to good works.
To hate. I won't produce good works if I don't clean my mind up. I'll become unproductive in good work. Yes, sir.
It's an important point because sometimes we hold on for years. We hold on to how people say things to us. Or we hold on to just how someone treats us. And we always wonder why. Why did they treat me this way?
No closure. I didn't get no closure. I didn't get any closure in this situation, but I didn't understand what went wrong. Well, if you're operating with an unclean mind, you can expect to be not considered. You can expect to be taken advantage of, not thought of. What is the estate of the person that you're dealing with, or what is your mental state? But in order to really think about other people and to put yourself in other people's shoes, to think from their shoes, let me watch what I say, because I got to be very careful about, is this going to damage this person? I got to be sensitive. But I'm clear like that. I'm clear enough to not just let words fly out of my mouth, because I am clear-minded, because my mind is clean. It's not contaminated. Read on.
25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
And if I don't clean my mind up, what won't I want to do?
Assemble.
I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around nobody. Is it a mystery why people don't want to come to class? I don't feel like seeing people today. Why don't you feel like seeing people today? Why don't you feel like talking to him today? Why don't you feel like talking to her today or seeing her today? What makes you not want to be around the body of Christ? What makes you not want to be around a body of believers? What makes you want to keep your distance? All of it happens from where? An unclean mind. If you have an unclean mind, you're not going to want to deal with people. Even when they're believers. Even when they're beneficial for you. Even when they have your best interest at heart. Even when the Most High put these people around you so that you can see the good. You're not going to want to deal with them. You're not going to want to come around. You're going to keep your distance. Keeping an unclean mind keeps you at a distance. The benefit of washing your mind and cleaning up your thoughts, you can put yourselves in places without a prejudgment. I don't look at people the wrong way. I don't look at the scenario the wrong way. I don't feel like fooling with them. Those thoughts don't come to your mind. This person jealous of me. Those thoughts don't come to your mind. This person hating on me. Those thoughts don't come to your mind. This person's full of crap. Those thoughts don't come to your mind. So it's so necessary to keep that consciousness clean. You have to study. Because when you do, you can be around people. You can put yourself amongst them. And you can look at them the right way. And you don't mind being around them. He says, forsake not the what?
It's forsaking not the assembling of ourselves together.
Of course you're not going to forsake coming around the body. Of course you're not going to do that. Why? Because I have no preconceived negative notions about people. That's why it won't bother me. It won't bother me to be in this person's presence, even though me and this person may not be seeing eye to eye. It don't bother me though. Because I've purged myself from any negative aspects of how I look at it. I can see people in a pure light. It's very critical. Read on.
But, excuse me, as the manner of some is.
He says, because some people have a problem with coming around, assembling with the body. Some people have a problem being around each other. Some people have a problem worshiping the Most High with a group. Some people have a problem with provoking each other to good works. Why would they have a problem? He says, as the manner of some is. Why would they have this problem? Because they haven't cleaned the thoughts. If you don't clean your mind, you're going to want to isolate yourself. You're going to want to isolate yourself and put yourself away from people. You don't want to be bothered with anybody. It's important that you keep a clean thought process. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. Start at verse 11.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 11, page 68, red book. For wickedness.
For what?
For wickedness.
What does wickedness do?
For wickedness.
Does what?
Condemn.
What does it do?
Condemn.
If you allow your mind to get wicked, what are you doing to yourself?
Condemning yourself.
You're condemning yourself. If you don't possess the right thoughts, you don't take the time to clean your mind up. It says, for wickedness does what?
Condemned by her own witness.
It says wickedness condemns by what?
Her own,
Her own
witness.
witness.
What does that mean?
What's wrong with that?
What does that mean? Wickedness will condemn by her own witness. What does that mean? Your own thoughts will contaminate you. You'll suffer because the thoughts that you come up with. You're your own worst enemy. That's when the way you think is destructive to yourself. It doesn't benefit you. Your own thought process don't benefit you. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. And a lot of us live with this mentality, not recognizing, not realizing that I'm my own worst enemy. The way I think is my own worst enemy. That's why I have to be around people. I need people to cheer me up. I need people to encourage me. Hey, man, get out of that funk, man. Laugh a little bit, man. You enjoy yourself a little bit. Man, you've been down a little bit, man. I notice you're not as happy as you used to be. You're not as lively as you used to be. You're not as caring and sensitive as you're kind of turning cold. What's going on with you, man? You need people to rile you up and shake you out of a certain mind frame. To remind you what it means to give again, care again, love again, extend yourself again, trust again. I don't want to trust nobody. Of course. Of course, you better clean that mind up. But you know, a lot of times the damage that happens to us was done not by our control, or it was done by our own ignorance, our own decision making. And we became these people that are unhappy. We became these people that can't see the good in things. Where either the glass is half empty or it's half full. For me, it's half empty. To other people, glass is half full. They can see the same situation and not see it negative. I see the same situation and it's negative. Why would I lean that way? Read.
Was in Psalm 17, verse 11. For wickedness condemned by her own witness.
It says wickedness, having that unwashed mind, that unwashed consciousness, will condemn me. It will rob me of my confidence, of assurance. I can't make sound decisions. Read.
Is very timorous.
Get that definition of timorous.
Fearful of danger.
It says, not cleaning your thoughts. What is the result of keeping a negative mind?
Fearful of danger.
I'll always stay what?
Fearful of danger.
I don't trust people. I don't trust you. I don't want to be your friend. I got to watch you. You might do to me what everybody do to me. You might just be trying to hit a lick, take advantage of me. I don't trust you. I don't want to be friends. I don't need no new friends. I don't need no companions. I don't need no compadres. I don't need no brothers and sisters. I'm good by myself. I'm good where I'm at. Why would a person think this way? Because when you operate with an unclean mind, you don't have enough confidence to trust people again. You don't have enough confidence to engage with people. You don't have enough confidence to look at the bright side of a situation. He said, you're always fearful of what?
Danger.
I got to watch you. I don't know you long enough. I can't tell you certain things because I don't know you. I'm still trying to feel you out. I don't trust you. I got to keep you at a distance. You're not the person that I can talk to. I don't see the good in you. I don't answer those kind of questions for people like you. You better off not even asking me. You're not going to get no answer out of me. You're not my counselor. You're not my go-to person. Man, what is going on with people, bro? What is wrong with people? There's a negative result, an outcome to having an unwashed mind. Your own psychology starts to condemn your perspective. And then when it's time to see things in a positive light, you can't. You stay in a mind frame that's fearful. It says timorous, meaning what?
Fearful of danger.
Fearful of danger, what else?
Timid.
What else?
Destitute of courage.
Destitute of what?
Courage.
Did we ever know? Did anybody ever explain to us that having a negative mind robs you of your own courage?
No.
Did we ever know that keeping negative thoughts, harboring negative thoughts, robs you of confidence? Whoever put two and two together to explain that the reason why you're not confident as a person and the reason why you're so unsure of yourself is because you keep a negative mind that's unwashed. You're not as bold and confident of a person that you could be, that you should be, because you haven't cleaned the mind up enough. Nobody's ever explained that. That me having an evil conscience has a direct effect with my confidence. It has a direct effect with my courage. It has a direct effect with my boldness. It retards me from even trying something new or going to an open door. You put a job application in? No, I'm not going to get it no way. What for? What for? They don't want to hire me. Damn. Did you apply?
Yeah.
Did you put in an application? They don't want nobody like me. I don't. You know.
Nobody like that.
Whoa. Did you go in there and ask for application? No, they profiling in there. They racist.
Profiling.
They're racist. They're racist. They got another black and brown person in there. But matter of fact, the manager's black and brown or black or brown.
Yeah.
But they're racist.
No, he just had a hookup. He knew somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Well, I tried last year, so I ain't gonna do it again. Yeah, man. You know what? Not having confidence will do. It'll keep you in prison, and it'll keep you stuck with minimal choices, and it'll keep you from reaping benefits that are out there that you could obtain if you had confidence, if you had some faith. An alternative way of living could be on the other side of your decision making. Question on the camera, a brother just asked, is there any way to help a person who won't come around due to a lack of trust or an unwashed mind? The best thing you can do is be an example. That's the best thing that you could do is be an example. I'll show you what that means. To answer this question, let's go to Matthew chapter 26. Let me make sure this is it. I want to answer the brother question. And the question that the brother asked online is there any way to help a person who won't come around due to a lack of trust or an unwashed mind? Let's read this real quick. I want to answer this question. Give me Matthew 21, not 26. Give me Matthew chapter 21, verse 28.
God. Matthew chapter 21 and verse 23.
No, 21. Matthew chapter 21, verse 28.
Oh,
Is that what I said?
28.
Yes. Read that. Let me get it too.
Matthew chapter 21, verse 28. But what think ye? A certain man.
It said Christ put this parable together. He says, tell me what you think about this. He says, a certain man, what?
Had 2 sons.
It said a certain man had 2 sons. Both was his boys. Read on.
And he came to the first and said.
And he came to the first son and he said what?
Son.
Son. Because
Go work.
He is the father. Read on.
Son, go work today in my vineyard.
He gave an order. Hey man, go work in the vineyard today. You know we got land, we got crops. I need you to go work in the vineyard. Read.
He answered and said.
He answered and said what?
I would not.
He said what?
I would not.
I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I ain't going out there. It's too hot. Whatever. I'm busy. Whatever. He said, I'm not doing it. Read on.
But afterward, he repented and went.
He said, but afterward, he changed his mind. He had a change of heart. He said, you know what? I didn't want to go. My father told me to go out in the vineyard. I didn't want to, but I did it anyway. I had a change of heart. Some people have a change of heart. Some people, you can tell them to do something, it's beneficial for them, and they might reject it off the jump. But over time, they have a change of heart. Over time, they say, you know what? Let me. I was in the wrong mentality. Let me go out there and do it. You know, my father asked. I respect my father. Let me go do it. Read on.
God says, and he came to the second.
And he came to his other son. Go ahead.
And said likewise.
And said likewise. Hey, go work out in the vineyard today. Read on.
And he answered and said, I go.
And he said, just like some people say, hey man, come to church with me. Come to the Bible school with me. Come get this word of the Lord, man. Come study with me. Come have worship with me today in class. Come to class at 7:30. Come to class at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Some people say what?
I go.
I'll be there. I'll meet you there. What time? You gonna be there? I'll be there. I'll be there in class. I'll meet you. Read on.
Sir, and went not.
And he said, and what?
And went not.
Some people say, yeah, man, I'll be there. Where's your Bible school at? I'll be there. And what do?
And went not.
And they don't show up. Both are realistic scenarios. Both are realistic scenarios when you're trying to get people to see something that may be good for them or that the Most High would want from them. You may get a no and somebody change their mind and show up, or you may get I'll be there and they never show up. So what does that mean? That means you can't control what people do. You can't control it. The only thing you can do is ask. That's all you can do. That's all you have control over is asking. Whether they decide to come or not is fully up to them. Whether they see the benefit of it is fully up to them. Read on.
Time. Verse 31. Whether of them twain
It said, now Christ asked, which one of those two sons, read on,
did the will of his father,
did the will of the Father? Read on.
they say unto him, the first.
They say unto him the first one, the one that said no, but he changed his mind. Read.
Yahushua saith unto them,
It says, Yahushua said unto them, read.
verily, I say unto you,
He says, truly, I say unto you. Go ahead.
that the publicans and the harlots go into the kingdom of the Most High before you.
Christ told the Pharisees, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a true fact. The publicans, the whores, the sinners are gonna make it to the kingdom before you do. Why did Christ say that to these Pharisees? That the whores are gonna get in before you do. The streetwalkers gonna make it before you do. Why is that? Why is that such a strong point that he's making here? Read on.
God says, for John came unto you.
It said because y'all had what?
John.
You had John the Baptist. You had a strong example in front of you. You had a very Christ said amongst prophets born of women, he said there is none greater than John the Baptist. John the Baptist was the greatest prophet born of woman. He said you had the greatest prophet in front of you that the Most High put on the earth. And you did what? Read.
God. And believed him not.
And you did what?
And believed him not.
So the danger that people are in, because you can't control whether they show up or not. You can't control whether they see the good in it or not. But the danger that they're in is for them to have a strong example in front of them. A very mighty example. And they choose not to believe. So that, to answer the brother's question, is there any way to help a person who won't come around due to a lack of trust or an unwashed mind? All you can be is that strong example like John the Baptist was. That's all you can be. Whether they come around is purely up to them. If they could see the good in it. He says, you had John the Baptist. Y'all had John the Baptist. Read on.
God. For John came unto you in the way of righteousness.
Go and John the Baptist came not eating or drinking. He didn't drink nothing, and he ate locusts and honey.
Very strict.
Very strict. And he wasn't about his comfort. He lived in the wilderness. And he was only about repentance. Was his message. Change. Read on.
And ye believed him not.
And you had John the Baptist, a good example, a strong example, a righteous example. And you didn't what?
Believe him.
And you didn't believe him. That's the danger that people are in that have an unwashed mind. All you can do is just be a strong example. Whether they believe is on them. But your example has to be rock solid, equivalent to John the Baptist. But sometimes, even when your example is as strong as John the Baptist, you still can't make somebody come to the Lord. You can't force anybody into this lifestyle. You can't make a person see the good in reading the Bible. You can't make a person see the good of washing their mind. All you can do is ask, like the father with the two sons, and hope they repent and make the right decision. And be a good example like John the Baptist. Read on.
God. But the publicans and the harlots believed him.
It said, but guess who believed John the Baptist?
The publicans and the harlots.
The same people that you thought that wasn't any good, that wasn't worth anything in your sight. These same individuals believed John the Baptist. That's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for is that people that have problems in their life, people that feel like they have a need for the Most High, that they take full advantage of this opportunity. That's all we can do. We can't control anybody. Just like the father couldn't control his boys. He can only ask the question and hope that they make the best decision. That's what we can do. Be good examples and hope for the best. And hope that people repent and realize, hey, A lot of brothers don't, a lot of people, men and women, take time to see the good of the truth. They're not thoroughly convinced upon the first class that they come to. They're not thoroughly convinced that they need this in their life for the first year or two. To be honest, it takes sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 years before people realize, man, I really need what's going on and what's being said and what's being taught and what's being explained and counseled. I really need what's in this Bible. Sometimes it takes years. It depends on the person's level of sickness. Just like those publicans and sinners. When they're tired of that life, when that life gets old, maybe they're ready to embrace a new life. And you can't turn cold and say, well, don't worry about coming to class now. You can't turn cold. When a person is ready to repent, you got to invite them as if it was the first time with that same joy and that same enthusiasm bringing them to class. And you got to be willing to share the gospel with the same enthusiasm as you did when you first met them. Not like, because we become unbelieving. Oh, man, you ain't going to change. I don't even know why you asked me to come to class. You don't want no class. Man, please. I already tried to get you to come to class. You wasn't listening. You never know when a person's ready. That means you don't lose your enthusiasm. You don't lose your desire to see them change and convert. You still got to be hoping and wishing that they decide to see the light. I'm gonna keep throwing it out there. You know why? Because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my own brother. My own brother brought me in the truth. But you know what? It took him to having to sting me with the scriptures, and it took time. And he kept having to blast me with the scriptures that I knew he didn't previously possess. He had to keep hitting me. He didn't give up. He just kept on stinging me. It took about a year. It took mockery, him laughing at my foolishness and my mistakes. He had to mock me. I told you to come to class. Now you suffer. Now you're going to jail. You don't listen. I had to get mocked. I had to get ridiculed. I had a hard head. It took a lot for me to just say, what is he talking about? All right, man, I'll be there, man. What time is class? I'll be there. Negative as hell, unbelieving as hell, unsure as hell. Not while I walked into class, I'm like, man, I came to class in somebody's apartment. It was a 1-bedroom apartment, and class was in the living room. They had desks like this in the living room, and they had a desk against the wall where the couch should be, or the TV should be. And I came to class in an apartment. I'm like, man, what kind of church is it? Y'all can't even afford a building. That's how. This is me. My thinking. Y'all can't even afford a building, man. What kind of church is this? This is stupid. I know. I've been to church, man. This ain't no church. This somebody think they know what they're talking about. I'm just like, waiting for class to be over. Said, took a couple notes, some good information. It didn't hit me. It didn't hit me, man. This is my life. The Most High has a plan for me. It didn't hit me that way. But if he would have gave up on me, if he would have gave up, I'd never be here. And that's why it's important that you don't give up on people. That you keep being an example and be ready to extend when they're ready to change. I hope that answers the brother question. Let's get back to the point. We were in let me go back. Yeah, we was in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. And let's read verse 11 again. Chapter 17, verse 11.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 11. For wickedness condemned by our own witness.
Go ahead.
It's very timorous.
It says, what happens when you don't wash your mind, you have a spirit of fear on you that's not normal. You have an abnormal level of fear and a lack of confidence when you don't wash your mind. Read on. He said, destitute of courage. You don't have any courage. You live a life of uncertainty. Read on.
And being pressed with conscience.
It says, and being what?
And being pressed with conscience.
It says, and being pressed with conscience means you're always doubting. You're always unsure. I don't know what decision to make. I don't know if I'm making good or bad decisions. Read on.
Always forecasting.
It says, and when you don't have when you have an unwashed mind, it says your mind is on repeat. But what is the estate and what are the thoughts that are constantly on repeat when you have an unwashed mind. It says the mind is full of fear, no confidence, always doubting, and it's always doing what?
Always forecasted grievous things.
Oh, man.
You always think negative.
Wow, perfect.
You assume the worst. You always forecast grievous things. Nothing. Why? I don't even know why I'm reading the Bible. It don't make no sense to me anyway. I'm not going to understand it. Is there really a God out there? Who knows? I guess I have to wait till I die. Why go to work today? I'm tired. I don't feel like putting up with this person. Why can't I just quit? Why can't I just call in? My kids don't love me. They don't care about me. They don't love me. Everybody lies. Everybody's a liar.
Talking crazy,
Brother, it's crazy.
It's just the truth, though.
But this is what the mind does to people that won't clean it. All that they keep conceptualizing is grievous things. The white man has a term for this. I want you to get the definition of it. The white man has a term for this, but there's we're reading the biblical side of it, but the white man has a term for this. It's called cognitive distortion.
Yeah.
Get the definition of cognitive distortion. This is what happens to the mind when you don't wash it. It always starts to forecast evil things. That means I don't see the good in anything around me, the people around me, the situation I'm in, what the Lord got me in, the people I'm with, the people I'm in a relationship with. I don't see the good in my kids. I don't see the good in my parents. I don't see the good in my family. I don't see the good of doing anything. I don't see the good of anything. What does that mean?
A light overview of it.
Yeah, we got what does it mean?
It says cognitive distortions are biased, irrational thought patterns that twist reality, making you perceive situations more negatively than they are.
Than they really are.
See, it might be a negative situation, but you're making it more negative.
You amplify the evil in the situation.
Yeah.
I got a definition right here. It says when an individual, when we're reading what the scripture says, when you don't clean your mind, he says you always forecast grievous things. When an individual predicts situations,
Wow,
will turn out poorly, treating these negative predictions as established facts rather than possibilities. What does that mean? I'll read it again. So, if I don't take the time to clean my mind, what the spirit that will be on me, I'll become a negative forecaster. The weather is always gloomy. The weather is always cloudy. The situation is always grim. I never see the good in anything that's going on. I don't see the good of my situation. I hate my situation. I hate my circumstance. I hate my condition. I hate myself. I hate my body. I hate my look. I hate me. That means everything has been contaminated with a poor perspective, outlook, and determination. I'll read it again. It says, when an individual predicts situations will turn out poorly, treating these negative predictions as established facts. Man, why don't you hit the gym with me? It ain't gonna work. I've been overweight all my life.
Oh, man.
What good is it gonna do? Damn, bro. Ain't nothing good gonna come.
I'm just keeping it real.
Damn, bro. You can't see the good in the gym. It's the gym, man. That's what people go to the gym, man. See, I got a medical problem you don't know nothing about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Ain't no helping that.
There you go.
No, but nothing can help my medical. I have a medical situation that I'm dealing with. Okay. Man, you can't see the good. That means whatever advice, whatever counsel, whatever inspiration you try to give this person, they shoot it down. Why? Say again?
It's like the thoughts is wrong. They really got to decide to mind.
In their mind, it's a fact. The things that are not, it's not even that it's a fact, it's their prediction. But they've predicted a bad outcome before they even gave themselves a chance. They never give themselves a chance to try. Why try? I'm going to fail anyway. And that's dangerous, man. It says, It says, when an individual predicts situations will turn out poorly, treating these negative predictions as established facts rather than possibilities. So this person can't distinguish what's just may happen by chance, something bad may happen by chance, or something for certain is going to happen bad. They can't distinguish the two. The way they look at it is, it's guaranteed to fail. It's guaranteed not to be. You know how many relationships have been started by a person just shooting a shot? Or people link up later in life and say, man, I've been knowing you all my life. How come you never asked me out? Because I always thought you were going to say no. I worked with you for 10 years. I watched you go through 3 relationships. And now you mean to tell me the whole time all I had to do was ask? You mean to tell me all I had to do the whole time was just say, you want to go to lunch? That's all I had to do? A cup of coffee? That's all I had to do? Yeah, that's all you had to do. But why? Because you didn't believe. You didn't believe in nothing positive. You didn't believe in change. Because the way you predict situations, they're automatically going to fail. That's the result and the outcome of living with an unwashed mind. You carry a poor outlook with you every day, all day. You carry the glass is half empty mind frame. Why is this? He's going to explain. Give me Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5 before we move on. Because there's a term for this. There's a term for this. Let me get it real quick. Read this.
Verse first?
Yeah, verse first.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5. Evil men understand not judgment.
It says, what happens when I don't wash my mind?
Pretty clear, bro.
Evil men understand not judgment.
Why? Because they don't see the good in it. They don't see the good of anything. They don't see both sides. Yeah, in judgment, you have positive and negative. You have good and evil. In judgment, you have variation. You have alternatives. Things can be good. Things can be bad. Somebody could be thinking purely, and somebody could have did something to me by accident. But if I got an evil mind, was it on accident? Hell no. They did that on purpose, man. You said that on purpose. I didn't say that on purpose. Yes, you did. You did it on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. Yes, you did. Damn, I really didn't. I really didn't do it on purpose. Yes, you did. Wow. What's wrong?
Prosecutor. I need a prosecutor.
Yeah. What am I dealing with? It said evil men don't what?
These evil men understand not judgment.
They can't see. They can't discern. Because everything's negative. Like these scales we got right here. Everything's negative. You fail. Everything's on the low end. You're guilty. In my eyes. You did it on purpose. I can't see both sides. Could have been an accident. Man, I can't see. I can't give a person the benefit of the doubt. No, because you're that. Because that's how I know. I know
it.
I know you're this kind of person. Oh, you just know. These people, scientifically, are called catastrophizing. They catastrophize. Catastrophizing is a person. I'm going to explain it. Definition: catastrophizing. This involves exaggerating the potential consequences of a situation and assuming the worst possible outcome, even when it is highly unlikely. That means when it's like a 10% chance that they're right and something bad could happen. That 10% chance to them is like a 90% chance.
That's real.
Because they look at the complete worst in a situation.
So, what you said it was cognitive distortion.
Distortion. There's a person that's catastrophizing. This involves exaggerating the potential consequence of a situation and assuming the worst possible outcome, even when it is highly unlikely. For example, a person might think that failing a test means that they will never graduate and will be a total failure in life. For example, just because you fail a test, I'll never graduate. I'm just a failure. Like, damn, like, people go to extremes. I go to extremes, extreme negatives and piss poor outlook because a situation doesn't look like it could be in my favor. It doesn't look promising enough to me to convince me that something may be good on the other end of this. Maybe there's some good. That's like a person that's, as soon as they see a sign of something wrong, they break up with you. Like, you see them later on in life, like, man, what happened? We was going, I thought everything was smooth. I thought everything was on a up and up, man. I thought we was building. I thought we was going somewhere with this relationship. They was like, nah, I found a note in your pocket when I washed your clothes, and it was a phone number. You're like, man, did you know that was a job interview? That's
the job we went to.
You never gave me a chance to explain. I never explained. You never told me. I could have told you. You could have called it. Well, oh well. I was like, oh, yeah. It's too late now. Yes, sir.
They'll say, our zodiac don't match. I read online.
No, yeah, you got charge.
We're not compatible.
Maybe I do.
It said the war said you do. So it said what?
No, I'm saying like when people go to the extremes and be like, yeah, it says online that our zodiac don't match. Not compatible.
Yeah, I read a it was right next to the comic section in the newspaper. It was a horoscope section. And I let the future of our relationship be determined by a zodiac that I read next to Curtis on the comics.
Yeah.
Or Mad Max. It was on the back of a car driving magazine.
Peanuts.
Yeah, Peanuts. It was the back of a car driving magazine. And it gave me the horoscope and I believed it. So I said, man, let me cut my losses while I got a chance. We're just not compatible. Like, man, but this kind of mind frame, this kind of thought process is real. This kind of thought process is factual to people. They look at the negative and they think the negative is true, even when it's barely not. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, it's like it's almost impossible to see the hope.
Right. That's dangerous. That's what happens because I didn't clean my mind. This is the result. Remember, that's the result of somebody that won't use the word to wash their psychology. Then I'm left with a mind that barely believes in anything, that questions everything. And people live life like this, man. People are in relationships like this. People work with people like this. People are co-workers on a job with people like this. People share households with people like this. People are roommates with people like this. You got people that, you got football coaches like this. You ain't never gonna be nothing anyway, boy. Sit on the bench. Like, damn, bro, you ain't give me a chance to. Let me run a play. Can I get a 28 toss to the right? Can I get a 5 and out? Can I get a pass thrown to me to the side? Sit down, boy. You don't make no shots. You ain't never gonna learn how to dribble. Like that, you won't even let me get a chance. You already assumed I'll never be nothing. Parents are this way to children. You stupid. Like, damn. You're just like your dad. Damn. Or you're just like your mother. Damn. Yeah, you're just a prediction machine, aren't you? You're a positive prediction machine, aren't you? No, you're not. That's a negative prediction machine. You're gonna be just like me, boy. Don't try to be nothing better. Go and sip this and drink this and go do this because you ain't gonna be nothing. You gonna be just like me. Who you think you are? You think you better than me? Oh, never thought I was better than you. Yeah, exactly. Never said I was better than you. But in the mind, if that mind don't get cleaned up, you're gonna have some ill exchanges with people in life. People will see everything the wrong way. That's what the definition of cognitive distortion is. Or, like we're reading, it's what? According to Wisdom of Solomon 17, is what? It says, and being pressed with conscience, verse 11.
Wisdom of Solomon 17:11. For wickedness, condemned by her own witness, is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience, always forecasteth grievous things.
It says they always forecast grievous things. Also, medically, it says anxiety. That's also classified as what? Did we know that somebody that forecasts the gloom and the downside of life and look at things in a negative way, did we know that it's also associated with anxiety? It says anxiety. People with anxiety disorders often engage in negative forecasting, particularly catastrophizing, by being more fearful and predicting the worst possible scenarios. This can also be a core symptom of general anxiety disorder. So that's a psychological disorder, a mental disorder. So anxiety, cognitive distortion are medical terms for a spiritual problem. Those are just medical terms for a spiritual problem. When I can't see the good in people, I can't see the good in situations, I can't see the good in what I'm doing, I can't see the good in what I'm involved in, I can't see the good of trying, because I've psyched myself out. What psyched me out is the fact that I never cleaned my thoughts up. So I've trained myself to be negative, to have a bad, poor outlook. I've trained myself this way. We understand that? Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, and read verse 13.
Verse 13. And the expectation from within.
It says, and what happens when you're a negative predictor or prediction using negative predictions, or you're a negative forecaster? What happens when you do this?
And the expectation from within.
You have a low expectation. You have a low expectation. If you don't clean your mind, take the time to use the Bible to clean your thought process, you'll always have a low expectation. Meaning you barely will think that something good is going to happen. Rarely. You rarely think the outcome is going to be positive.
Fat chance.
It's a fat chance, man. What are the chances? What are the odds? The odds are always against me. Like, is it?
Everyone's against me.
Yeah. Of course. I think this way. Read.
And the expectation from within being less.
It says, and that's a low expectation. Being less, go ahead.
Counted the ignorance.
It says, counted the what?
Counted the ignorance.
The ignorance is the unknown. Is the uncertainty. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not work. I'm not sure if it's going to be positive or not, or good or not. But my low expectation will make me say that the unknown, read.
Counted the ignorance more than the cause.
It says will count the ignorance more than the what?
Than the cause.
So in actuality, I have an unjust prediction of evil that's and low expectation that's actually worse than the situation requires. The situation doesn't even require me to be that negative. It doesn't require me to be that have such a poor outlook. But that means I take things and through my negative scope and my negative lens, I blow it up and I magnify it as if it's a giant. When it's actually small. When it's actually minute. But to me, because the way I look at it, this is a problem. This is somebody that takes things that are actually small and they look at it this big. Oh my gosh. What's going to happen? What's going on? I can't take this. Like, why are you tripping? Why are you so extreme? There's a reason why you're so extreme. Your mind told you that this is an issue. That's a disorder. It's when you start making small issues, small problems, big giant problems, big giant mountains. And that's not true.
They call it making a mountain out of a molehill.
Huh? Yes, sir.
On the cognitive distortions, just on your point is magnification and minimization. Meaning it says exaggerating or minimizing.
It says exaggerating Or what?
Or minimize it.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating. I take everything. It's like everything's a problem. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, why are you losing your marbles? Why are you tripping?
Yeah.
Okay, the check didn't come in. Why are you wilding out? Okay, the rent's gonna be late. Why are we arguing for 2 hours straight that it happens sometimes. Sometimes the rent don't get paid on time. Why are you freaking out? You know, but this is people that take every situation and blow it up.
Or something good happens.
Or something good.
You minimize it.
You minimize it because you anticipate bad.
Yeah.
And that's why you minimize it. They'll be like, man, did you get the phone number? Yeah, but I didn't call. Why not? I don't believe that they're gonna answer anyway.
Yeah.
She gave you the number, right? Yeah, I got the number. You ain't gonna call? No. Nah, I didn't call. Well, it said what? Say it again, Kariah.
It says magnification and minimization.
Go ahead.
Exaggerating or minimizing the importance of events. You might believe your own achievements are unimportant.
Or what?
It says you might believe your own achievements are unimportant, or that your mistakes are excessively important.
I'll never be worth anything. You might as well just kill me now. I don't even know why I'm alive. That's where the mind will take people. All these are results of an unwashed mind. All this that we're talking about is the outcome of somebody that hasn't taken the Word of God and actually used the Word of God like soap, like fire, and like water. You can have the mind that you want to have, but if your mind is dysfunctional, that's because that's what you created. And that's the choice. That's the only choice you've given yourself, because you haven't given the Bible a chance. When you give the Most High a chance and you go to the Word of God, you say, okay, Lord, obviously there's something wrong with me. I got some disorders. I got some mental disorders. Because I don't see the good in things. I don't see the good in people. Let me help. How can I fix that? Let me start asking the right questions. Let me start digging up the right information. Let me start seeking counsel. Let me start checking these verses. Let me start reading. Let me start finding out what's wrong with me. And when you can do that, then what seems to be exaggerated and what seems to be problems are really not problems. I can now discern what a real problem is, or what real evil is, or what real good is. I have discernment now. I can make the right decisions. I got judgment now. Anything else, Karai? Go ahead.
It says emotional reasoning.
It says emotional what?
Reasoning.
Man, people are emotionally unintelligent.
Yep.
They have to kind of sedate themselves, so to speak, or medicate themselves, so to speak, in order for them to function on a daily basis. Like, damn, why are you behaving like so? It's not that serious. Well, it is serious. If I wasn't such a loser, I wouldn't have made that mistake. Damn. Everybody made mistakes.
Or they feel it. It must be true.
It must
That's
be real.
That's the reasonable reason. Like, if you have physical evidence, it must be true. They take their emotion as if it is physical evidence. Your emotions are not physical evidence.
And it's showing you how it does have an emotional outcome.
Yeah.
When you walk through life with an unclean mind, it plays out on your emotions.
Yeah.
You're not stable. You're not emotionally stable. Psychologically, you're not making the right decisions. You don't look at things the right way. It affects everything about you. From the inside out. What else you got?
It says disqualifying the positive.
I disqualify the positive, man. Do we understand this? Why do people disqualify the positive? I got good people around me. I got good brothers and sisters that believe in the Most High in Christ. I get the Word of God taught to me. At any point in time, I can pick up the phone and call the brother and get some answers. I got sisters that care about me. I got a good influence around me. I got a good man at home. Or I got a good woman at home. And why do I disqualify the positive? Because my thoughts are unclean. My thoughts are contaminated. I haven't bathed my mind. My mind needs a bath.
Not sprinkled.
It's not sprinkled. And we got to be able to see this is the answer. Why do I suffer from depression? Why do I suffer from anxiety? Why do I suffer from a negative outlook? There's answers. It's here. You got to search it out. All the answers are in here. Read on. Wisdom of Solomon.
Verse 13. And the expectation from within, being less, counteth the ignorance more than the cause, which bringeth the torment.
I magnify the situation beyond need and necessity. I exaggerated the problems or minimized the problems. It's all based upon, when somebody loves me, I say they don't care. You just took my love and brought it down to a barely you have concern. You may think about it, you don't love me. Like, damn, you just took the fact that I sacrificed for you and just squashed that down to a maybe. You might care. I don't believe you really do care. Like, damn. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have done all these things. That's because you wanted something. Yeah, that's because you wanted something. But that's how we operate. So, back to Psalms chapter 24, verse 4. That's where we started at. Yep, that's where we started at. Psalms chapter 24, verse 4.
Psalms chapter 24, verse 4. He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity.
Lifting up your soul to vanity is being extreme. You have an extreme outlook that's untrue. You have an extreme opinion that's false. So when I clean my hands up and I clean my mind up, it keeps me from being extreme on both ends. Read on.
Nor sworn deceitfully.
And it keeps me from lying to people. It keeps me from being honest. I could be true to people. I could be sincere. So for me, keeping a clean hands and a clean heart, it keeps me in check, and I'm not extreme on either end. I don't got to lie to people. I don't have to be deceitful. I can be straightforward. I can be honest, and I don't take a situation and blow it up beyond measure.
Yeah.
Because of my opinion. So it keeps me balanced. There's multiple benefits of keeping clean hands and a pure mind. Read on.
Verse 5. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord.
He shall what?
He shall receive the blessing from the Lord.
He shall do what?
He shall receive the blessing from the Lord.
For people that can use the Bible, we're almost done, Nagat. To use the Bible, to clean up their mind, to wash their mind, see the benefits of doing things the right way, settle their thoughts and their anxiety from extremes, not giving into fear, not letting fear control them. It says this individual, because we know the Most High is a rewarder, he says they shall do what?
He shall receive the blessing from the Lord.
He shall receive the what?
The blessing from the Lord.
So I'm going to stop there because there's a whole nother section and a whole nother aspect of the class. But I'll stop it right there at the benefits of what happens when you decide to make the decision to clean up your mind. Everything starts to change. Most importantly, your outlook starts to change. Your expectation starts to change. What's good around you starts to change, or the ability to see the good around you starts to change. Everything starts to snowball in the right direction, and the Most High starts rewarding you when you say, you know what, let me go ahead and clean my mind. I didn't wash my mind today. Let me wash my mind today. Let me wash my thoughts. Let me not think negative, man. There's a benefit. He said he shall receive the blessing from what?
From the Lord.
Go ahead.
And righteousness from the power of his salvation.
And the Most High will bestow righteousness upon me, because the Most High is our power. And he rewards either way, either good or evil. So we're going to stop there, because there's no need to continue on this other section. We'll pick it up next week about the benefits of not letting fear, doubt, anxiety, or negative thoughts get the best of you. So with that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
The water for coming out to class for those in person, and also for those online. And if you have any questions, most definitely we don't mind injecting those questions into the class and asking those questions in class. It all makes for more understanding. So we appreciate everybody online. Shalom, family. Y'all enjoy your night, and we'll be back on Friday. We'll see you on Friday. All right, shalom.